So going back to duality again, pay attention to things like this. For example, if you see a very controlling, or you've been in a situation where people are trying to control you or micromanage or macromanage your life in some way, shape or form, okay? That's, let's be honest, that's an abusive type of behavior. What normally happens in a situation like that, if you pay attention, is that person loses all control, okay? Because control is also an illusion, as we should know by now if we're paying attention in class. So if someone is deliberately trying to control or micromanage or macromanage your life, there's also there's little details in all of these actions. And you can get angry about it, you can get resentful about it, or you can learn the lesson. And it's trying to tell you something about yourself, okay? That other person or people or situation will lose control over things in their own life, because everything balances itself out. That's just the law of the universe. It's balance, balance, balance. There's no escaping it. And if anyone thinks they're immune to it, they're in for a big surprise. And I think people are noticing. I think people have been noticing this and known about this forever, but it's just so transparent these days when you're paying attention. So if there's anything like that happening, and that can come in all sorts of guises, by the way, if somebody is over giving to you, for example, that could be a form of control too. I mean, it's not always taking, it's giving, and that makes you responsible. It makes us responsible, right? And these things are going to show up in your subconscious. They're going to show up in dreams. They're going to show up as to where you stand in that situation. They're going to show up as to what's really happening here that you're not accepting, okay? I'm not trying to point fingers of judgment here, to teach my perspective on how to understand situations to navigate life easier. That's what I'm trying to do. And I've had nothing but time and challenges to do so. I've had challenging 20 years or more, and I've put it to good use. And I'm trying to further serve my experience to other people, which is what we're all supposed to be doing, really. We've been fed with the whole white picket fence, house, happiness and all. Yeah, we can have some of that, but really and truly, we're supposed to be helping each other. Programs that have been fed to us since before we were born, through our ancestors and through theirs and everything, it's all falling apart. It's not going to last. Nothing ever does. What is it that's saying? The only certainty is uncertainty. Everything is evolving. We're all evolving. Are being asked to align with this truth. They really are. We really are. That's how it works. Hexes, curses, balance, everything balances itself out. Do you remember, if you've seen The Matrix, which is by far one of the best films, in my opinion, to explain this whole system that's ever been made, and Inception, when Neo goes to the Oracle and she speaks about him and the agent, Mr. Smith, and she says to Neo that he's here to bring balance. And he asks, well, what about Agent Smith? Well, he's here to imbalance the system, if you remember. So it's a constant, it's against two things against each other, but working together at the same time. It's a paradox. But it's understanding how to use it. It's understanding how to navigate the dark, deep scary waters and the nice, you know, high, sunny, lovely times or whatever, you know. Both sides are just as essential as each other. Each side is just as essential as the other. And I believe that these dark, deep waters that we've been in, the chaos, the dictatorship, the programming, all that stuff, it doesn't have a hope of survival in the age of awareness that we're in. That's why so many people are speaking on this kind of subject, or, you know, there's a lot of people talking about even science. They're crazy about consciousness and everything. I know they always were, but it's on a new level where they've had to expand. They've had to expand their thinking, and therefore, and all of this stuff, frequencies, energies, all of that, it's all being explained by science, or has been explained in the past, or, you know, spirituality and science are two bodies of work, and they work together. They're masculine and feminine, two halves of a whole system. I just wanted to say, you know, clarify a little bit about the duality side of things. And if you're having any kind of resistance or friction or frustration, or maybe you're not, maybe you're on the other end of it, or maybe you're just okay, whatever, just know that we all are. We all are. No big change comes without discomfort, and this one is worth it, and it's temporary. Everything is temporary. I had a conversation with someone about this, that they think that they're going to live forever, and that material things are everything, and that they can just get away with everything because they're on the higher end of the material statistic. They will live forever. They'll keep coming back here over and over into a worse lesson. And it will have to be the ones that are have done and doing this kind of work that helps them wake up out of it. You know, people say things and they don't even realize what they're manifesting. They don't realize their intentions, that's why I say be careful of your intentions. You know, that saying words are spelled, that's why they're spelled. Very true. Very powerful. Words are very powerful. Manipulated. Words have been manipulated. Everything has. And all of this is coming to the forefront. Everyone's on it. Most people, are on it. And that's the same with thoughts and emotions. So I just want to remind whoever's watching this that your inner dialogue matters a lot, because it creates your outer dialogue, and what you accept, what you attract. Not everything is in our, not everything is in our control, but I'm saying, you know, we will attract certain things. Like attracts like. We know that. Be mindful, a bit more mindful of your self-talk, your dialogue. Ask yourself, when you're thinking about yourself, be the observer of yourself. Observe yourself. Like, for example, in dreams, most of the time when I'm dreaming, I'm actually observing myself. I've become the observer of my dreams. It's not me that I'm not in the dream the way I used to be. I observe, I see myself from behind, literally like a film, when I'm experiencing the dream realm. And words are used in dreams more so to amplify a symbol or an important part of the dream, because we use telepathy in dreams. We don't need words. Words are not important in the astral. We don't need them. It's only intuition and emotion. So when you're seeing words in the dream realm, it's for good reason. So pay attention to that too. So I know these videos have been a bit different and a bit long-winded, but it's because I'm trying to connect a lot of dots together that matter in order to understand as above, so below. Left, right, awake, asleep, duality. And I really hope that it resonates with whoever's watching this, and thank you for the support on my channel. I really do appreciate it. If you're here, God help you. I'm only messing. You're going to need a sense of humor to survive this channel. It's exciting times, and for anyone out there who wants to get themselves out there, or who has thought, like, I have something to say, or wants to share something, you can do it. You can do it. We're all rooting for each other here. I mean, I don't know who needs to hear that, but somebody does. I know I did at one point, and I'm very grateful that I came across some very wise people on the internet, and some very dangerous people. Very dangerous people. And I learned from both, and I'm grateful for both. But if you're one of those people, just go for it. Just go for it. It's not as hard as you think. It's not as bad as you think. And ask yourself one question. Ask yourself, would I watch me? Would I want to listen to what I have to say? That's all you need to know. And that you'll know instantly. It hits you instantly. The truth is, it's funny. Isn't that what they say? The truth's funny. And it is. It's a loophole. It's like a loophole. I've noticed personally, the truth either makes you laugh, like a comedian makes us laugh. There's a loophole of truth. They get away with murder, right? Love comedy. Or it makes you go quiet because you're in receiving mode to that particular information that you've just heard, seen, or felt. And that's the best way I can describe the truth. Okay? It's not in the mind. It's in your heart. It's in your gut. Okay? You know it. You just know. If something is resonating with you, and if you feel that you need, or you have a want to do something and put yourself out there and speak, do it. Do it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is that you never tried.